If your cat licks you and then suddenly bites, they're trying to tell you something important. But what exactly? Is it a sign of love, frustration, or something much darker? What if I told you this bizarre behavior isn't random at all? In fact, it's a deeply instinctive act, one that carries hidden meanings you never expected. Stick around, because what you're about to discover might just change the way you see your furry friend forever. 1. The grooming instinct, a sign of trust. With a twist. Ever wonder why your cat licks you like you're one of their own? Then suddenly chomps down like you owe them money? It's not a betrayal, it's instinct. In the feline world, grooming isn't just about cleanliness, it's a bonding ritual. If your cat licks you, congrats! You've been accepted into their VIP club. They see you as family, a fellow cat in their world. But here's the twist. In the wild, grooming often comes with a little bite. Sometimes it's a wake-up call, a way to keep their buddy alert. Other times, it's about setting boundaries, a polite way of saying, okay, that's enough now. So no, your cat isn't suddenly turning against you. They're just doing what feels natural. The only problem? Their definition of gentle is a little different from yours. But what if I told you, sometimes that bite isn't about grooming at all? Because in some cases, that lick then bite means one thing, game on. 2. The playful predator. You're part of their game. Think your cat is just being cute? Think again. Because when your cat licks you then bites, they might not be showing affection at all. They might be hunting you. Okay, not in a dangerous way, hopefully, but in their mind, you're a playmate, a training dummy, a living, breathing toy. Kittens play bite each other constantly. It teaches them how to hunt, pounce, and survive. Adult cats never really outgrow this instinct. They just adapt it to their environment. And guess what? You're in their environment. So when your cat licks then suddenly nips you, they're not just playing. They're saying, tag, you're it. The problem? You don't have fur. What feels like harmless fun to them can feel like tiny daggers to you. But if your cat's love bites are a little too enthusiastic, don't worry, there's a way to stop it. That is, if they let you. Because sometimes their bite isn't about fun at all. Sometimes it's a warning. 3. The enough signal. From affection to overstimulation. 1 second, your cat is purring in bliss, soaking up all the love and attention. The next second, chomp. Excuse me? Before you accuse them of being emotionally unstable, here's the deal. Cats have a petting threshold. Unlike dogs who will let you pet them for hours, cats have a limit. They love affection until they don't. That lick-then-bite combo? It's their way of saying, I was enjoying that, but now I'm done. It's like when someone keeps poking you long after the joke is over. At first, it's funny. Then it's annoying. Then, snap. The key to avoiding this? Read the signs. Flicking tail? Warning. Twitching ears? Your time is running out. Dilated pupils? Too late, brace yourself. So next time you're giving your cat a loving pet session, remember, you're on borrowed time. And when the timer runs out, you'll know it. 4. The ownership bite. You're theirs now. You might think you own your cat, but what if I told you they own you? That's right. When your cat licks you, they're not just being sweet. They're marking their territory. Cats have scent glands on their tongues, meaning every lick is like signing their name on you in invisible ink. It's their way of saying, this human, this one's mine. But here's where it gets a little more intense. That sudden bite after the lick? That's not an accident. That's the final seal. Think of it as the feline version of stamping a property of me label on you. Your cat isn't attacking you. They're making sure the message is crystal clear. So the next time your cat licks and then bites you, don't be confused. Just accept your fate. You belong to them now. But what if the bite isn't about ownership at all? Because sometimes it has nothing to do with love and everything to do with rage. 5. The frustration release. Taking it out on you. You ever watch your cat stare intensely at something they can't reach? Maybe a bird outside the window, a fly on the ceiling, or their favorite toy stuck under the couch? They lock eyes. Their tail starts twitching. Their little butt wiggles like they're about to pounce. And then, nothing. The target is out of reach. The hunt is over before it even begins. And your cat? They are not okay with this. All that pent-up hunting energy has to go somewhere. And guess who just happens to be the closest, most biteable target? You. That lick? That's them seeking a moment of comfort, trying to reset their instincts. But the bite? That's the overflow. It's like when you stub your toe and suddenly slam a door in frustration. You're not mad at the door, it's just there. Well, congrats, you're the door. If your cat licks and bites out of nowhere, ask yourself, were they just staring at something they couldn't catch? Did they attempt and fail a big pounce? Are they pacing like they have unfinished business? If so, you've just been drafted as their stress ball. But frustration isn't the only reason your cat might lick, then bite. Because sometimes, that behavior isn't about anger at all. Sometimes, it's something much older, something primal. 6. The hunting ritual. Grooming before the kill. Okay, this is where things get downright eerie. We like to think of our cats as cute, cuddly companions, but deep down, they are still predators. And if you've ever felt like your cat was sizing you up, licking you with slow, deliberate precision, then suddenly biting down, you might not be imagining it. Because in the wild, big cats groom their prey before striking. It calms the prey, making them less likely to struggle. It strengthens the predator's focus, like a final check before attack. It reinforces their hunting instincts, a behavior passed down over generations. And here's the unsettling part. Your house cat carries the same DNA. That means when your cat licks you, then suddenly bites, they might be unconsciously reenacting an ancient ritual, one their ancestors used for survival. Ever notice how some cats will lick their toys before biting them? Lick their food before taking a big chomp? Lick you, then suddenly latch on with their teeth? It's a subconscious flashback to the wild. So the next time your cat gives you a sweet little lick, then follows up with a bite, take a moment to wonder, was that love or was that a test? But here's where things get even more surprising. Because while some cats lick and bite out of hunting instinct, others do it for a completely different reason. And this one, it has nothing to do with power, ownership, or survival. It's something far more emotional. Because sometimes, your cat isn't hunting you at all. They're asking for help. 7. The hidden anxiety signal. A cry for help? We like to think of cats as confident, independent creatures who couldn't care less about the chaos around them. But here's the truth. Cats get anxious too. And sometimes that lick then bite isn't about play, dominance, or even hunting. It's a cry for help. Just like humans, cats can feel stressed, overwhelmed, and unsettled. They just express it in very different ways. Did you recently move to a new home? Your cat might feel disoriented. Did you introduce a new pet? Your cat might feel threatened. Are there loud noises or sudden changes? Your cat might be overstimulated. That lick? It's a self-soothing mechanism, like a nervous habit. That bite? It's the emotional tension boiling over. It's like when a person bites their nails or fidgets when stressed. It's not aggression, it's an emotional outlet. So if your cat licks and bites often, especially in a nervous or restless way, pay attention. They might not be playing. They might not be hunting. They might be saying, I don't feel safe. But what if I told you that some cats don't just lick and bite out of instinct or stress? What if they're actually testing you? Because believe it or not, some cats use this behavior for control. And once they figure out how to manipulate your reaction, you might start wondering, wait, who's really in charge here? 8. The dominance test. Who's really in control? Here's something most cat owners don't realize. Your cat is studying you. Every time they lick, bite, pounce, or even stare at you for an uncomfortably long time, they're testing your limits. They're observing your reactions. And without you even realizing it, they're learning how to control you. Here's how it works. Your cat licks you. You think, "Aw, how sweet." Then they bite. Now they watch closely. What do you do next? If you flinch in surprise, they take note. If you scold them, they take note. If you laugh and keep petting, they take note. And over time, your cat starts to customize their interactions with you to get exactly what they want. Want you to stop petting them? Bite. Want attention? Nip at your hand. Want to play? Lick, then bite, then stare. Before you know it, you're not training your cat. Your cat is training you. So the next time your cat licks, then bites, then stares at you like you just failed a test, ask yourself, am I really in control here? Or, has my cat been running the show all along? And if you think that's unsettling, wait until you hear this next theory. Because what if your cat isn't licking and biting to play, or to test you? What if it's a feeding instinct? Yes, you heard that right. Some experts believe your cat might be treating you like prey. 9. The vampire cat theory. A sinister instinct? Okay, get ready, because this is where things get truly bizarre. Some animal behaviorists believe that when a cat licks and then bites, they're not just playing. They're not just marking you. they might actually be mimicking a feeding instinct. That's right. Your cat's love bites might be part of an ancient ritual. Think about it. A mother cat licks her kittens before nursing. It's how she prepares them to feed. Wild cats groom each other before eating. It's a bonding behavior, almost like a pre-meal ritual. Big cats in the wild sometimes lick their prey before delivering the final bite. So what if that lick then bite is a ghostly remnant of your cat's wild past? Before you panic, no, your cat isn't actually trying to eat you. But their DNA is still wired for survival, which means some of their actions are deeply rooted in instincts they don't even understand. Now, here's where it gets even stranger. Some cats only do this at night. That's right. Some cat owners have reported that their cats lick and bite them more frequently in the dark, especially when they're lying still, almost as if they're waiting for something. Coincidence? Or something darker? Either way, one thing's for sure. Your cat's instincts run deeper than you think. And just when you thought you had this all figured out, there's one final reason your cat might be biting you. And honestly, it might be the creepiest one yet. Because what if I told you that bite might not be an accident? It might be a test to see if you're still alive. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. 10. The final, darkest secret. Are you being trained? We've talked about playfulness, dominance, ancient instincts, even the chilling vampire cat theory. But what if I told you your cat isn't just reacting to you? They're training you. That's right. Every time your cat licks, then bites, they're watching you, studying your response, taking notes. And over time, they're adjusting their behavior to control you. Think about it. Do you immediately stop petting when they bite? They've trained you to respect their boundaries. Do you give them attention after a bite? They've learned that biting equals instant engagement. Do you react in a way that entertains them? They've turned you into their personal plaything. It's like a psychological experiment, except you're the test subject. And the scary part? You probably never even noticed it happening. Your cat has been shaping your actions this whole time, reinforcing what works and discarding what doesn't. So the next time they lick, bite, and then stare at you like they're waiting for something, take a second, pause, and ask yourself, am I really in control here? Or has my cat been running the show all along? Because if there's one thing we've learned today, it's this. Cats don't play by our rules. They make their own. And we just follow them. What's your cat's quirkiest habit? Now I want to hear from you. What's the strangest, funniest, or most mysterious thing your cat does? Drop your stories in the comments. I love reading them. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysterious world of cat behavior, don't forget to like, because your cat demands it. Subscribe, so you don't miss the next feline mystery. Share this with your fellow cat lovers, because let's be honest, we're all just living in our cat's world. Thanks for watching, and remember, your cat knows more than they're letting on. See you in the next one.